Well, I remember going to Montrelli Racing Engines, and I recall very well that you ran a pretty tight ship when people came into your shop.
Well, when I finally got out of my garage and went to the shop, which is the shop that Nick Arias Racing Engines became after I had to close my shop up. What we did is I needed to have somebody in there that would, so I could make some money to pay the rent. And so I had four or five cars in there, and they all paid X amount of dollars a month so we could keep the place going. And they all had a little area that they could put their parts in and work on their engines and stuff. And in the engine rooms and the cylinder head room and the two engine rooms and the dyno room basically was all locked up, and there was two silent alarms. So all you guys would, every once in a while, you'd turn the alarm on, and I'd have to come down there, and like you say, yeah, I was a little, I liked the place clean and neat, and but otherwise,
well, I don't think that was quite the way you put it when you were talking to us at the time, especially when the alarm went off at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it didn't happen that many times, but anyways, so as we went on with this 3-push rod motor and doing the R&D work for Nick, and I was still doing the piston thing, and I was selling the Montrelli Racing Engine products, and we need to talk about the products that you developed while you were there and working in your own shop. Talk to me a little bit about that, Steve. Well, basically, like I say, it was these buttons that went in the pistons and the 4-ring piston, and then I had special rings made, and that was for those parts. And then there was a thing that we made that was the spark plug, what we called a spark plug extension. And hemispherical engines, you know, you have a wire, and it had a ceramic piece on it that would go down in the filler hole in a hemispherical motor, which had a spark plug tube, and the spark plug would go way down inside. And
Didn't Chrysler use that for what they're...
Right, this is a 426
I see.
Chrysler.
Okay.
Today the same tubes are still used, only now they make them out of billet and things like that. But we used the same thing in this Arias Hemi Chevy, but not at the first one. But what we did is, because of the distance in the valve cover, we started putting these things in boats. So we made what I call actually a friend of ours. He designed it and developed it, but I was the one that was able to get it sold. And he's not with us anymore either. What these things were, like I say, it was an extension that went down in there, and then instead of having the spark plug wire that would, every time you start to pull them out, they would sometimes break, we went to a 90-degree with a Raja. And this had a brass bushing going all the way in the side with a Raja in on the spark plug side. And it had a little vent hole on the top of this thing, and you put them in there for the dragsters at the racetrack, and all the rocks from the headers wouldn't go down in there, so you could get the spark plug wrenches there and take the spark plug out. Well, in the boats, when they would go up to the rope, a lot of times the back, they would get water over the back, and it would go up and would foul out the spark plug wires.
Oh boy, I could see the problem.
So what we did is we made these pieces, and every engine that was built after that all had them in them.